Wowtac has a new headlamp on the market with the H01, and it's been getting some positive buzz in the flashlight community for its low price and high value. It's running a Cree XHP G2 LED, a 16340 battery, and has onboard micro USB recharging. Thanks to Wowtac for sending this to me to take a look at, and Wowtac has provided a discount using my code below for the month of July of 2020. So if you like this one, be sure to check it out to save a few dollars. I am trying to grow my Instagram followers so I can share links to things in my stories. So if you're not a follower, please follow me out at Liquid Retro. And as always, I appreciate you liking this video and giving that bell icon a click if you like these videos on YouTube too. Here is the packaging that the Wowtac H01 comes in. And I think it's a little bit of a print mistake on here. The top cover here is actually the side. This is what would traditionally be the front as it opens up like this. And you've got the back there, but there's nothing on the front here. Here is the headband that it comes with, and it's a nice headband. It's got a silicone insert for the light itself here, and these just stretch to go over, and the light mounts like this. I'll mount it here later. You don't have any of the silicone grips on the inside of the headband, and it just says Wowtac there. It is elastic. It's a comfortable, basic headband. You get the included battery, you get a micro USB cable, the manual, a questions guide there, 2 extra O-rings, and a USB cover. The light is made from aluminum and is machined pretty good for the price. My only small complaint is these heat sink areas in the back are sharp. They haven't been chamfered at all. The tail and body tube are one piece, and there is no magnet here at the tail. There is knurling here, and it's of medium grippiness. This isn't a light you're going to EDC in your pocket or something, so the grippiness isn't super critical. Threads here, as you can see, are pretty short and square cut and anodized. And the head, there is no spring, there's just a brass post, but on the back end there is a spring there. The head itself here, you can see the micro USB cover is on the side, and this cover fits pretty well. It isn't super recessed on the side here, and this little tab does seem to get caught a little bit, but that helped make it easy to open. I had no issues with non-standard cables in there. The lens area itself here has a bezel to keep it together. The lens is deep and plastic. It's a TIR style optic, and you can see the LED, I think, is fairly well centered. The light does not stand on its head really because of that domed switch at the top, but it does rest at an angle here. If I can get it to do so, it tips over fairly easy, and it does tail stand no problem. I measured the length of the slide at 67 millimeters, diameter of the body at 21 millimeters, maximum diameter of the head at 22, and weight with the battery was 47.7 grams. And the light is IPX8 water rated. Here it is compared to the new Olight Perrin Mini. I'll be reviewing this later this week or early next week, so make sure you're subscribed so you catch that. And then I've got here the Olight H01R Nova. All these run that 16340 sized battery, and you can see are all pretty similar in overall size and weight. No clip is included with the H01, which is a little bit disappointing, but I can see why they did this given the price point, and it would have been a tail down carry. You could have put a clip maybe on this rear latch where the headband attaches. The head strap itself is a silicone mount, as I was explaining, with this nice elastic headband. There's no silicone on the inside of the headband to keep it in place, but you really don't need it with a small, lightweight light like this. It's a good headband for the purpose. The H01 here is running a Cree XHP G2 LED in cool white. No specific tint is given, and this does a pretty good job without any undesired tint issues like the XP G3 LED has, so I appreciate Wowtac making that selection. My beam pattern here, hard to see on my video lights, so I'll insert my still here, is hot in the center, but the spill is kind of square-like on this light for me. I find it's especially noticeable at shorter ranges, but in my night shots you'll see it's not that big a deal. Specs are turbo is 614 lumens, high is 198, medium is 62, low is 16, Firefly is half a lumen, and SOS is 176 lumens. Okay, I've got the Wowtac H01 here for my night shots. This is in Firefly mode at half a lumen. If I bump up, here is low. This is 16 lumens. And you can see that hot center, and a little hard to see here on video, but this isn't a completely round beam. It is got a little bit of a square feeling to it, but you can see here 16 lumens comes out not too far. This would be great for like reading a map or something close up. This is medium 62 lumens, It's a broad beam, as you can see here, but it reaches my fence, no problem. Doesn't really go much beyond that. And you can see that hot center in the middle there. Here is high at 198 lumens. This isn't a powerhouse of a light, but it does pretty well for its size, and you don't need a ton of power for a lot of headlamps. And then here is turbo at 614 lumens. Lights up the neighbor's backyard, no problem, and does a decent job. Cool white's not too bad here either. There is some PWM in the middle modes of this light, but it's not anything I noticed with my eyes or anything other than an oscilloscope. For my runtime graphs, I ran the light with the included 650 milliamp hour 16340 battery. Turbo lasted just for 70 seconds, a little bit shorter than what Wowtac quotes. From there, it continued in the 35% relative output range while slowly falling over the next 80 minutes following the decline of the battery voltage. It's a regulated driver, but its regulation isn't the best. The FL01 standard comes in at an hour 27 of total runtime, but the light continues to make a very low amount of light for a total of 2 hours and 13 minutes. The last 30 minutes or so, the light does flash on and off every few minutes, and it's impossible to notice that if you're using the light at that time. When the light completely shuts off, I measured it at 2.895 volts. I did try to run this light with a CR123A battery as it physically fits in the light, but the driver isn't designed to run at that lower voltage, and you end up getting that low power warning, so the light in a way becomes unusable. It's just not designed to do that. Heat's pretty minimal here, no complaints. The UI here is pretty standard from Wowtac and ThruNite. Long press from off to get your Firefly mode, one press to shut off, one press to turn on, and it remembers where you were previously, and then you can cycle through your modes, low, medium, and high. By long pressing, press one press to turn off. When on or from anywhere, you can shortcut the turbo with double click, or then a triple click to go to strobe, which I won't do. Recharging here, as I mentioned, is accomplished via the micro USB port on the side of the light. You do not have to take it off the headband to charge, which is nice. It's a standard port. The LEDs here at the top turn red when charging and blue when charged. While it would have been great to see USB-C here, this light with a built-in low target price, it's not surprising to see micro USB. I measured total recharging time it took was 1 hour and 33 minutes. Maximum charge rate was 0.52 amps, so just below 1C. And I measured the charge of a full battery at 4.15 volts. So the pros for me are high value, small, and lightweight. It's running a standard 16340 battery, and neutral white may be available in the future. The package certainly seems to suggest it will. The cons are, unlike many other headlamps, it's not designed for pocket EDC use. There isn't a pocket clip, and the tail is not magnetic, but this does help save cost. The driver isn't designed to use a CR123A primary battery. It gives a low voltage warning if one is used, and my beam pattern here is a little bit square, but still centered. My conclusion is, if you've watched my reviews before, you know that I'm a headlight proponent. I often use a headlamp around my house and when doing car projects, when cleaning or doing home repair or assembly or anything like that, just because it allows me to have both hands free. The Wowtac H01 offers a good, low-cost, basic headlamp that gets the job done. It has enough runtime on the lower modes for moderately sized tasks and is a good value for getting a complete package with battery included and fast shipping from here in the US. If you want a longer runtime, a light with a larger battery is going to be better suited. My con list here isn't a big deal given the cost, around $20 at time of filming. A light that's so focused for headlamp use. It's been a while since I've seen a light with a square-ish beam pattern. It's not my favorite for sure, but it's something a non-flashaholic won't notice and probably won't care about. I can recommend the H01 if you're looking for a small, low-cost, rechargeable headlamp with decent runtimes and a decent output. There are certainly more powerful or longer running options on the market, but they all cost quite a bit more money. This is certainly a better option than the generic headlamps you see on Amazon from brands you've never heard of with warranties that you don't know about, and the H01 is the exact opposite of that. Wowtac's a pretty established brand with good customer service, and I have no problem recommending this one for you to pick up. I thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave them in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next review.